Hey everybody, John Wade Boggs fan here. It is Saturday night. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. The subject for today's video I got from watching a recent video from Tops 85401, and he showed off a recent mail day. I think it was three cards, three Barry Bonds cards that he picked up, and one of them was a Broder Type card. Some of them considered Broder cards, sort of backdoor garage cards, unofficial and all that stuff. But of course, since they were cards issued of Wade Boggs, I have a run of them. I believe, at least for Wade Boggs, he was in Broder sets starting in 1986 through 1990. There was an individual, I'm not sure who it was, I think maybe in the mid 90s, tried to put a master checklist together of all the Broder sets that were issued and the checklist, the players listed. And I somehow got a copy of that list on the internet somewhere and went through, and according to that list, I believe I have every single Broder card issued of Wade Boggs. I believe either all of them or at least some of the cards feature Scott Cunningham as the photographer, as his pictures. And if you look at the cards and the backgrounds, it looks like most of the cards may have been taken during spring training. So that's where maybe all the pictures for the cards were found. But at any rate, I thought I'd go through and show you the Wade Boggs Broder cards that I have in my collection. There are quite a few, so I'll just sort of run by them fairly quickly, maybe give an explanation or take a look at the back. Backs are mainly very simple and plain. A few of them I think have 1 year of stats, but other than that, it's just a stamping of what the set is and a year. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let's go take a look at some Broder cards of Wade Boggs. All right, we're just going to start in order by year. So here's some of the 1986 Broder cards. There's a nice picture of Wade. And again, the backs are very simple. Boston Red Sox photo cards, Series 1. Another one looking, I think he's maybe getting some gum or something like that. I don't know. But this is the Red Sox Series 2. There's a nice one. Now see, this one just has photo. Okay, now here are photos by Rob Broder. So maybe Rob took most of the pictures. Other ones, I know there's a couple by Scott Cunningham. So it's a mixture there. There's a nice one. And again, from the same set. And because they don't have years on them. So going by the checklist that individual put together, he, I guess, discovered that these were from 1986 set. Again, there's no real way to tell other than really knowing when these card sets were issued. Let's see this one. It says, now see here's a photograph by Scott Cunningham. And it's almost like a promo for them that these photos can be purchased in 5x7 and 8x10 sizes. And then this one here is a sort of a square version of it. If you notice that this one here has the corners rounded, and this is the square version. So that's from 1986. Here's some from 1987. This is a different one with a white border. Action All-Stars. And that mark there is just on the top loader. Here's one, and let's see what this is called. Another Action Action Superstars instead of Action All-Stars. Another one. Action Superstars, that was number 16. This is number 28. Now this one does have the year listed. And then this one, I'll keep this one down here like this. The next few are what's called, I guess, the Colors Edition. And so it's the same picture there, but this one is in blue. On the back it says Colors. There's the blue. Then there is a sort of like a gray. And then a green. Here's another one. Again, it's really hard to tell which set this from until you turn it over, and 87 Action Superstars Series 3, number 52. So there were, in some cases, quite a few players listed in these sets. And again, for the early years, a lot of them had like no border. Series 4. And again, some of them were rounded. I almost like the rounded ones better. I don't know, it just gives it a little different look. Now this says called the Indiana Blue Sox Inc. I'm not sure if that's an advertising or if the Indiana Blue Sox, I didn't do any research whether that's a minor league team. I don't know where Indiana Blue Sox comes from. Here's another Indiana Blue Sox. Keep getting these up, and I don't know which way these go here sometimes. Another rounded bird. This one's the Press Box, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Again, it could be another advertising piece. Here is a different one. This one is another for the Press Box, but again, it's a different logo. Collector's Choices of the 80s. And here's another Collector's Choice of the 80s. That was the previous one was number 13, this is number 35. And then to round out the 87s is a 3x, it's, I guess, 3x5. It's maybe not quite 3x5. It's hard to see there. And on the back it has Rob Broder and Killeen, Texas. So that may be where his studio or business was out of, and this was more of an advertising piece. But that's you don't see too many of these. A little off-centered, but you don't see too many of these pop up on eBay. So that's 87. 1988, there are a lot of 88s here, so I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. Maybe not necessarily make comments on all of them, but I mean, the photographies, I mean, the pictures are really neat. Here's one where they started getting into some border and design, and I'm not sure if that is that Wrigley Field, I believe, in the background. Now there has some stats on it. Baseball's best. Here's another bordered series. This one is Big League All-Stars. Now it has his 87 stats. Here's another one. That looks like a really young picture of Wade. Big League All-Stars Series 2. And then here's one featuring Don Mattingly and George Brett. American League All-Stars. That's a nice picture too. I mean, again, the photography on these are really good. They're just non-official baseball cards. This one just has Series 1. So they're somewhat difficult to catalog as well. I've done my best to try to do it, again, based off of that one catalog that I found on the internet somewhere. And I haven't looked. I haven't compared all of them side by side to know whether there's any duplicates in the images used. Some of these, they start looking a little bit familiar, but there could be some slight differences. Now here's one I have with the rounded corners, and then I have sort of like a oversized square, like a pre-cut proof. So this is maybe from a sheet, and then this went through the cutting manufacturing process. The backs are the same. Actually, I have 2 of those. I'm not sure if I prefer the ones with the borders, like more of a standard card, I guess, or the ones without a border. I don't know. Maybe in the comments you can let me know which ones you like. The more squared, without borders, the rounded corners, or the bordered cards. The bordered border cards, I guess you could say. And Wrigley Field on the back. Again, I think this is cataloged as the gray star cards because it's the only way to classify them. And here's one I actually have quite a few copies of. I think I got about 5. Piedmont Products. Not sure what that is, but that's a neat little drawing. So that one may not be a true Broder, but again, the back indicates it. So I'm not sure where that drawing came from, or lithograph or whatever. But it's listed in the catalog as a Broder, but there may be other designations that are out there. Verse of 88. And the last one. And again, I think you see this image here, just like that other one there, on 8x10s and stuff like that signed. It looks like that picture you can get a lot of, but so I don't know if Broder used that other picture on this card or not. All right. That was 88, and we'll do the 89s here. Again, there are a fair number of 89s, so I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly. And then wrap it up with the 1990s. Square. It has some stats. Here's another border card. And again, it looks like the standard border, maybe just different colors from other years when they do borders. Now here though, this one is completely different. This has a different look to them, but it's a Broder type card. There's even another one, Grand Slam baseball. I don't know. This is again a Broder type, whether it's exactly like the Rob Broder cards, but it's listed in my master checklist as a Broder. And these are I like some of these coming up here, but these different colored backgrounds. Major League All-Stars. Here's a blue or a green, sorry. Here's a blue. Again, almost like that 3x5. Now see there it says Pacific Cards and Comics, Los Angeles. So again, this may not be a traditional standard Rob Broder card, but it's categorized as a Broder type of card. That's a neat border on that one. Big League All-Stars. Again, that is, if you see down there, Pacific Cards and Comics, Los Angeles. And I think this is another one. Yep, Pacific Cards and Comics. But again, if you notice, the front is a very similar design to some of the other standard Broder cards. So it is somewhat confusing. All I know is all of these seem to be different, and that's all I care about, finding as many different ones out there. Other Pacific Cards and Comics. Pacific Cards and Comics. Singles Superstars. And the last one for 1989. Oh. Starbright Superstars. So, all right, 89. There's only a couple here for 1990. Then we can wrap it up. I think I have actually an extra copy of this one here. Baseball's hottest hitters. Again, looks like I have a duplicate of that one as well. Big League All-Stars. 2. Looks like, again, it looks like I have, okay, so it looks like there were only 3 in 1990. I just have some duplicates. Ten-card series. This is 5 out of 10. All right, so there are my Rob Broder type cards in my collection. If you happen to know of any other ones out there that I may not have, yeah, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of these types of cards. Again, they're not standard issue cards. I know some people don't like that. Others just enjoy the photography and the cards and don't really worry how they were made, who put them out, that type of thing. But let me know in the comments what you think. And hopefully you enjoyed this video look at my Broder Type Wade Boggs cards. And as always, really appreciate it, and thanks for watching.